Before we go deep into the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, if we understand the glimpses of each chapter or pada, it will be really a bird's eye view, or it will give you an insight how to go about and what to expect from your study. First pada we already discussed, which you can hear from that previous audio. From second pada, the main concept in this second pada of Patanjali is sadhana. So sadhana used to designate spiritual practices which we do, and it is derived from the root sad, which literally means to go straight to the goal, or is generally translated as the means to the liberation. Pada 1 presented the theoretical foundation of Raja Yoga, and the second pada focuses shifting or focus towards the motivation for regular sadhana and presenting a clear, comprehensive instruction for practice. So what I mean? So pada 1 will tell you about your mind, and different techniques are available for the mind, chitta, vritti, nirodha and all those. And second pada will tell you what you need to do to work on it in the form of a spiritual practice, and you will gain what you are intended to gain. So clarity of mind or chitta shuddhi is what is our ultimate intention. When the chitta shuddhi is achieved, the individual consciousness will get merged into cosmic consciousness. The motivation is achieved through sutras that discuss the nature of pleasure and pain. In the second pada, it discusses about the pain, pleasure, the length of the life and the circumstances of our birth. Especially Sutra 2.15 confirms the experience of wise women and men of all the times that pain is inevitable in life. But we are all not left feeling burdened by this uncomfortable observation. In subsequent sutras also describes the suffering can be avoided, and the causes of our suffering is mainly an ignorance, which can be removed by the practice of 8 limbs of yoga. So in the sadhana, we understand the sadhana is to do the means to the liberation, and in that it will tell you that our pleasure and pains are inevitable, and it is their part of our life till we are there, till we are dead, or even if after death, life and the death cycle. So the pain is always there. So, and they also say that it can be avoided, suffering can be avoided by practicing the 8 limbs of yoga. So nice. So speaking of the practice, we are all introduced to Kriya Yoga. It is a 3-pointed approach that weakens the obstacles that hinders our progress. And in some sutra 2.29, we encounter the heart of Raja Yoga practice, the 8 limbs of yoga. These are not just mere 8 words that we discover, but it is a depth of practice where if we practice with fullness and harmony, the yoga sadhana can be achieved. This pada 2 also begins an investigation of discriminating power of mind, that is your viveka, with a discussion on the distinctions between the seer and the seen. So distinction between the spirit and the prakriti or the nature. A topic that will be resumed in great detail in pada 4. So key principles in this pada 2 are the 5 kleshas, the obstacles, which are ignorance, egoism, attachment, aversion and clinging to the bodily life. Second is the karma, the law of action and reaction. The seer, Purusha, has the power of seeing, the owner of Prakriti. The seen as a necessary to bring the experiences and liberation existing only for the sake of Purusha. It consists of gunas like Sattva, rajas and tamas. Key practices in this sadhana pada are kriya yoga, accepting the pain as a help for purification of body-mind process. Swadhyaya, self-study, surrender to the Supreme Being, and uninterrupted discrimination power, that is your viveka, and 8 limbs of yoga. There are few terms which are used in this chapter are mainly avidya, ignorance, yama, restraints, niyama, observations, asana is a posture, pranayama, breath control, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, dharana is a concentration, dhyana is a meditation, and samadhi is an absorption or superconscious state. These are few glimpses of the sadhana pada, and we study in greater details when we go in depth.